I think one of the challenges that organizations are facing today really stems from the fact that there's way too much information available. When you think about the challenges that we have with a complex, interconnected society, most organizations are struggling with the fact that tomorrow won't look like yesterday. And as a result of that, QOMPLX is really about saying, you need to evaluate that broader operational future. You need to be able to consider more what-if scenarios.
QOMPLX really fundamentally is a unified data platform. Most of our customers are really coming to us with data that is in various different places. And all of that data is very critical for their business. However, they do not know, and the biggest challenge for them is how do they integrate all of that data to then understand where does my risk lie and what are those financial implications based on that risk.
QOMPLX, for me, came out of a collaboration with our CTO, Andrew Sellers, and I. What we found was that his world was about bringing order to the chaos, and my world was about taking this well-ordered data and running multiple simulations to evaluate different courses of action that might produce different results. When you look at some of what QOMPLX does for a lot of our clients, we'll go out and collect information on the public internet. For example, we'll merge together cybersecurity scanning data around how organizations look from the outside. We'll bring that together with an inside view of their organization so that you can ultimately generate this holistic ground truth of how secure this organization is.
Integrating that data in a way to become meaningful is really the challenge. And from that, we've built some very specific use cases that are targeted for the insurance industry, cybersecurity industry, financial industry. They can start to bring that data together so that companies can really understand ground truth and then the financial results of those decisions that they are making.
At QOMPLX, we talk about ground truth a lot. What we mean by ground truth is reality. What's really happening on your network, what's really happening on the outside, right? The issue with many of the traditional methods of identifying, assessing, and rating risk is that they're slow, they're not very precise. As soon as you complete them, they're out of date. We think that having real-time telemetry is actually important and probably decisive in helping you make some of these decisions. Everything's become more connected, and that we're much more reliant on automation and software than we ever have been before. And that means internet exposures, it means cyber vulnerabilities. Catastrophic cyber events matter because, well, they're catastrophic. They can put a firm out of business, they can cost them a lot of money. So QOMPLX was founded on a simple principle that risk, especially cyber risk, is a data game, right? We believe that if you're able to accumulate, synthesize, analyze, and act on data that you have about your security posture, your environment, faster than the bad guys can, that you're going to win.
The management of data in the data chain of any company, but particularly insurance companies, need to change the way that they manage their data. You can consider the insurance industry as a continual arms race for either better pricing, better risk selection, or the reduction of cost associated with that pricing and that risk selection. A company like QOMPLX is exactly there to provide the armory for which insurers can deploy better equipment to take data from different sources and therefore be able to out-select their competitors.
We'll actually pull together information about different types of assets, and we'll use that to look at things like insurance losses for property and casualty insurance. And that could involve massive amounts of data from hundreds or thousands of sources into a single integrated view of their environment. Knitting all that together again, and then being able to do things like look at hypothetical hurricanes or earthquakes and seeing who loses what money against particular types of insurance contracts.
QOMPLX is different because of the breadth of solutions we offer customers. We allow customers to see themselves the way an attacker would from the outside. We allow them to instrument their internal environment to see the performance of some of their key controls in real time. And we provide real-time alerting and data that allows them to manage their risks through the life cycle. That's a broad spectrum of solutions, and we think that makes QOMPLX unique and different in the industry.
In almost every case, large organizations and small organizations are struggling with way too many technology solutions that aren't pre-integrated. You've got to bring that together to actually have a consistent picture of all these things that you care about. Everybody needs to do this in order to be successful. This is at the heart of any digital transformation exercise. It's the capacity for you to preserve future freedom of action, the ability for you to preserve optionality in your own business as you build and chart its path forward.